Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on Ethereum. We'll take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 4-hour in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks, as they're called, representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 4 hours. So while this here may look like several weeks worth of time, it's actually just the past several days broken down into 4-hour time slices. I like through this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I've done Ethereum several times. It's been a couple days since the last update, but that is where these green and red line annotations are coming from. And after today's price movement, definitely some updates here need to be made from the charting perspective. So first thing I'm gonna do is just a little house cleaning, delete that line out of there. Sure, it still pertains, it's just not relevant right now. And from a presentation standpoint, I don't wanna risk causing clutter and confusion because there's lines all over the place. So just want to try to keep this as clean as possible. The first update though comes about from a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So for those of you that have watched the past videos, hopefully you remember me talking about right around that 640 mark as a level of support, but with the price breaking below it right there, this would now be considered the near-term level of resistance with any sort of bounce to the upside. In the event the price can actually push up through that level on a bounce, on the next key overall level of resistance is up there at that purple line, which is the famous 50-period simple moving average. And this is more so kind of the overall trend indicator of things. So, simply put, as long as the price remains below that purple line, then the bears are in total control of the current chart. There's really no doubt about it. I mean, if things want to get reversed around, then the first way to get things reversed around, the first quote-unquote step that the bulls are going to need to do is not only break up above that purple line, but then get some closes up above it. But again, I am getting a little bit ahead of myself because first step would be not even necessarily that purple line, but the bulls now got to get back up above 640, and then you can start to focus on that purple line. But for those that care about more of a grander scheme, kind of broad perspective of the overall trend of things, as long as the price, like I said, is below that purple line, then the trend is fully in the bear's favor. As far as levels of support are concerned, power of charts, I promise I have not moved this green line. If you don't believe me, that's fine. I'm not offended. You can just go back in the archives and look and see when I put that green line into place. But you can see that's essentially right where the price bounced off of today. So right here around 565, good to see that currently acting as support. In the event that does fail over the next 24 hours, remember the crypto markets are open 24/7. Oh, wow. So that makes sense why the price did bounce from there. You can see that was the low from back here during that crazy move during February. Yeah, all right. I see we're getting the chart is hard to read here, but this really just goes to show how far back in the chart's history we're having to go. So in the event, like I said, 565 doesn't hold, and yeah, next level of support, not until down around that $500 mark, and there's an annotation from a while back. So that is where the chart currently sits. Crazy move today. I didn't realize that the price was flirting with such lows that hadn't been seen for such a long time, but we'll see if the bulls can step up and start to consolidate the price out or not. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.